Guys, welcome back to the kitchen table this time. I've got something pretty cool here. This is a copy of Baseball Stars for the NES. A lot of people say this is the best baseball game ever made for the NES. And today I want to look a little bit into the hardware that gives a little bit of an edge up. So, first thing you'll notice about the cart is that it has this kind of cool, unique gold back sticker. Most games have this gray sticker in the place where the gold one is, but this gold one has some really cool information. It says the game pack contains batteries. That's pretty cool. So it's going to be kind of like the NES game cartridge. I don't have that one yet. I'm hopefully going to get it very soon. But it has the same kind of thing. It has a battery backup that keeps the internal RAM powered so it can store the save info, the save files that you save on the cartridge, because it's flash RAM and it needs the power to store the information. It also says that it could be damaged if the game pack is removed or inserted with the power on. So that's kind of interesting. And also if the power switch is turned rapidly on and off, which is very interesting because I actually do that quite a bit. If the game isn't starting, if I'm getting the white screen of death, I'll flick the power on and off, and sometimes that just jars the game into turning on. But I'm going to compare what's inside this game cartridge to what's inside some other ones that you might be more familiar with. Okay, so this is Kung Fu. This is a original black box version, but it doesn't have, that's out of the scope of this video, but it doesn't have a Famicom converter inside. But we're going to see what the board looks like inside this game. You'll see that it has a rectangular board with 3 chips. And from what I understand, I'm not an expert in this, but from what I understand, these are ROM chips. And this is something to do with RAM allotment, or it could be the RAM itself. Again, I'm not an expert, but the main thing I'm pointing out here is the size and shape of this particular board. So that is Kung Fu has this normal, long, rectangular shaped RAM or board. All right, and then this is one that that everyone should be extremely familiar with. Hold on, this is Duck Hunt and Mario game pack. This is one that I've been playing since I was very young, and I've already opened this up, as you can see. But it has what's a little bit different. It has this little weird L shape. And from what I understand, this is probably because it has both games on it, and they need their own individual allotment chips, something to do with that. Basically, we have 2 different varieties of NES game circuit boards. Game pack boards. All right, so that was Kung Fu and Super Mario Duck Hunt. All right, now let's open this one up and we'll see what's inside. Now this one is pretty huge compared to the other ones. And you can see that battery right up here. You can see it. And you can also see how it's attached, which is very interesting, because this is just a normal CR2032 battery like you'd find on in many watches and on a PC motherboard to back up the BIOS settings. But most of those you can easily replace if they go bad. But this one, you can see it has those welding points. There's 2 of them on the little tab right there. That means it is permanently attached to that little tab. The battery is permanently attached to the tab, and the tab itself is permanently soldered onto the back, onto the board. So, hopefully, fingers crossed on this one. I mean, this board was made in 1987. So this means this battery has been powering The backup RAM, well, actually, I'd assume that that would be the backup RAM because it looks different than any other chip that we've seen in the game so far back there. So I'm assuming at this point that this is the backup RAM for the save file, which means that this battery has been powering the backup RAM for 31 years. We're gonna see if it has any kind of charge left in it. All right, I've got this multimeter here. I'm gonna set that the way it needs to be. And let me get it in frame somewhere for you. Can you see that? Yes, you can. All right, I am going to get these in here. And you can see we're actually getting 3.09, we're getting 3 volts out of this 31-year-old battery. I don't know how that works. I have no idea how they're able to get a battery like that to last so long in this situation. Maybe, I mean, I don't know very much about this. Maybe the RAM does not take very much energy to power it. But I think that even just doing nothing, a battery like this would not be able to hold charge for 31 years. That is extremely impressive. So here we have 3 different types of NES board. We have the normal long rectangular shaped one. We have the L-shaped one for larger, more complicated games. And we have a battery backup style with just about everything on it. I think there might be some other games that we could hopefully find that'll have cooler, different things on the boards. But this is something I really enjoy seeing. So thanks so much for checking this video out. If you like this kind of stuff, you're in luck because I do it quite often. Every time I come across something kind of cool like that, I like to share it. So thanks so much for watching.